Greetings, fam. Welcome again to Kemet Renewal, fam. I just want to give thanks, fam, to everyone that has engaged to the channel so far, fam. I really appreciate you all, fam, and everyone that has asked for giving feedback so far. And all those that are still kind of like asking for, requesting for some videos and everything. I really appreciate you all, fam. More light, fam. More life, understand. And you must also always remember, fam, that in this channel, fam, we're actually trying to share ancient knowledge and ancient understanding of spirituality and spiritual science. So nothing in this channel, fam, is actually kind of like something I would kind of like say I own, all those kind of things, you understand. So give thanks, fam, and I'm humbled, fam, you understand. So today's video, fam, is basically about discussing the word Afrui-KA. You understand? Why did our ancients name the continent Afrui-KA? You understand? And also, I will be discussing the notion. You understand? This notion of Africa being named after the Roman general Subius Africanus. Do you understand? So, basically, fam, this video is more like a continuation of the potency of spirituality. Do you understand? And spirituality as a way of life. You understand? And why do I say our culture comes from spirituality? So basically, fam, we're understanding the significance of Ka. You understand? So we need to understand, fam, that Africa is the sacred and ancient name of the continent that our ancient ancestors gave the continent. That name came before the English name Africa, which comes from the Greek word Ofrik, you understand, which is without cold, you understand, or without terror and horror, do you understand? And the Latin word, the Latin word Aprica, which is Aprica means sunny. Do you understand? So we need to comprehend, fam, that our ancient named the continent Africa because to us, you understand, as Africans, sons of the soil, you understand, to us as Africans, fam, we need to understand that Africa is more like a birthplace to us, not just physically, but also by spirit. Do you understand? That's why we have Ka, the significance of Ka, K-A, before the C-A. Do you understand? Because we need to understand, fam, that the head to change the K-A to C-A to hide the significance of Ka. Do you understand? So we need to comprehend, fam, that Africa means to turn towards the opening. Do you understand? And in this context, I need to understand that to turn towards the opening of the soul. And in this context, the opening is more like the womb. You understand? Like I've already said that we take Africa as our motherland. Do you understand? And also one other thing, fam, we need to also understand, fam, is that our map, there's some sort of disorientation of the map. Do you understand? Which is something that I have to make a separate video on, because we need to understand, fam, that if you check the map, fam, in Genesis 1, for instance, the name of the Most High, we have the name of the Most High. Do you understand? And those you can check Genesis 1, you understand, in verse 1 and to 13. You understand? In verse 1 to 16. You understand? Just chapter 1, verse 13 to 26. Sorry. You understand? So in Genesis 1, we have a single deity. We don't have a single deity in Genesis 1. Do you understand? And we are not formed out of dust. You understand? They're not bred into. We have both male and female, which is balance. Do you understand? We have no garden, we have no sin in Genesis 1. Do you understand? And in Genesis 1 is the one that points at SA, what is known as SA today, which is Taneta, meaning Zimu. Do you understand? Taneta, which is the land of the gods and goddesses, which is Genesis 1 points at Taneta as the birthplace, as the placenta land. Do you understand? So, but when you check Genesis 2 now, the name has changed now. Do you understand? When you check to Genesis 2, 5 to 7, we have a single deity now, which is the Lord God. Do you understand? We have now formed out of dust now. You see, we've breathed into the breath of God. You understand? There's no female, there's guardian. And that's where we also have this rib story. That's where we get the rib story from. Do you understand? We have seen now and revelations. You understand? Which is, this shows that there is something that has been done deliberately over them to kind of like subconsciously program people to think the certain way about the world and everything and reality. You understand? And creation itself. And this is all by design, fam. It's not a mistake. Do you understand? So today, fam, what I want you all to understand, fam, is that when we are talking of Afrui-KA, Afrui-KA is a divine name, fam. It's a sacred name because this name has to do with the spirit. Do you understand? As I've already said, that Ka means power, word. Do you understand? Because we by now is always power, spirit, or soul, then a word. Do you understand? That's Ka. That's why we have Ka. Do you understand? That's why we have Ka. We understand that's power. Do you understand? So we need to comprehend, fam, that all these things, fam, have significance, fam. All these things have meaning, fam. Do you understand? So Afrikaners, fam, Afrikaners, which is the Roman invader, he was named Africanus after his invasion of the province of Africa. Do you understand? That's why by now he was named Africanus. Do you understand? Because we need to understand, fam, that by that time everything that is Afro, everything of Afro, because the Latin speakers, they took Afro as an adjective meaning of Africa, because everything that's Afro or dreadlock comes from Africa. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we need to understand, fam, that Africa, do you understand? Then Africanus was not born as Africanus. Do you understand? He was not like naturally born with that name. He got that name after his invasion of Africa. You understand? He was originally named Scipio, Publius Corius Scipio. Do you understand? The name Africanus was given to him after his invasion of Africa. He was not actually born with the name. Do you understand? Because we need to understand, fam, that the Africanus, the Canas, you understand, in his word, his name is more like a suffix. Do you understand? So he was given that name as in like Africanus, which is Africanus of Africa. Do you understand? Like Scipio of Africa. That's the essence of Africanus, because he invaded Africa. Not necessarily meaning he was born in Africa or he was born with the name. Do you understand? So we need to comprehend, fam, that Afrui-KA is an ancient name. It is a name that was there way before these names were kind of like invented and everything. Do you understand? And a lot of people like to say that Al-Kabulan is an ancient name of Africa. No. Al-Kapulan is also an ancient name meaning land of the black people, but that's an Arabic name. Do you understand? This one is an ancient name that was actually given by our ancient ancestors, Afrui-KA. Do you understand? Way before the Romans and the Latins. You understand? So we need to comprehend, fam, that all these things, fam, has to do with spirituality, because they had to hide the significance of the Ka. Do you understand? Which is the soul. Do you understand? That's why we have Magaba. Do you understand? So we need to understand, fam, that all these things are tied together, fam. All these things have spiritual significance. All these things spiritually, they have a meaning. You understand? Because it's word, sound, and power, energy, frequency, and vibration. Even though I am one of those people who are saying we need to change the word Africa with the Africa with the C. You understand? Because this word, fam, is not pure. This word, fam, is a word that is filled with a lot of spirits and blood being shed and poured. You understand? So it's a word that is established through warfare. You understand? Greed, colonial governments. You understand? Enslavement. You understand? It's a word that is established in a way that is not natural. Do you understand? It's an anti-nature now. It's an anti-natural word now. It's not a pure word. You understand? It needs to be cleansed. Do you understand? So in that process of kind of like regaining our spiritual powers as Africans, we need to understand, fam, that we need also have to check this name. Do you understand? Because we are Afro-Weekends. Do you understand? Or that's why I would like to use the ancient term come, which is Kemet, come. Do you understand? So, which is something also I need to go deeper into, because we need to understand, fam, that come must be coming from which is Amata. Do you understand? But that's something I'm gonna have to go deeper into on a separate video. Do you understand? So I just wanted to make it clear, fam, that Afrui-KA is an ancient term, and this name does not actually come from the Roman general. You understand? Scipius Africanus. You understand? Scipius Africanus was named after the continent. The continent was not named after him. Do you understand? So we need to comprehend, fam, that these are things that we actually have to understand as we go forward, fam, so that we understand all these things, fam, that we are not actually kind of like trying to take things from our oppressors, and actually use them as ours. Fam, these sacred meanings behind all these things, fam, and we had our own meaning in sacred things. You understand? Way before everything was kind of like distorted and stolen. You understand? And republished and repackaged and given back as something else. You understand? So it is important, fam, that we understand these kind of things, fam. You understand? So I just wanted to make this clear, fam, that Afrui-KA is an ancient term, fam, and this word, fam, is a word that was given by our ancient ancestors, fam. Do you understand? So to all those that were kind of like skeptical and wondering, I hope you all now got some clarity, fam. You understand? Until next time, fam, sleep, George, give thanks, fam. Yes.